Today, the Urban Sketchers Singapore was out and about at the Singapore Science Centre. Let's go. I was really early this morning. I haven't been out with the Urban Sketcher for quite a bit. And here's my tool for the day, my chair and bag. If you want one of these, you will find a link in the description below. You find Chitsing drawing with my pen, and he was just finishing up on his sketch. It was a really relaxing day. I pretty much home alone. Wife is in Beijing with some friends, and here you can see the registration beginning to have a small queue. I was the first in line, got my tag, and then all ready to go in. And yep, they made it really easy. And then we walked to the site where the special exhibition of the dinosaur was being held. So if you're in Singapore, please give them some support, some love. You will find this dinosaurs exhibition rather interesting. It's small, but it's quite interesting. The entire exhibition is a massive educational journey. It spans over 3,000 square meters of space inside the Science Center. So while waiting for the exhibition to open, I did a very sketchy, uh, sketch right outside the exhibition. It is a phenomenal fusion of science and history, bringing together two globally renowned exhibitions to tell one epic story of life on Earth. Here we see Fabian in his trademark stripes, t-shirts, and giving instruction before we went into the exhibition. The narrative flows chronologically, inviting visitors to journey through 400 million years of our planet's history, from the Ordovician's period right up to the present day. It uses a huge collection of over 90 fascinating artifacts, including rare fossils and expertly crafted full scale models to illustrate the dramatic rise and fall of life. The overarching theme explores extinction, not just as a historical event, but as a continuous process of loss and renewal that has shaped the world we lived in. The exhibition makes the science incredibly engaging by exploring the different triggers of mass extinction, from massive volcanic activity to asteroid impacts. Okay, enough of this facts stuff. Anyway, all the sketches were all going around and having a lot of fun. They were looking for things to draw, and you can see that they were roaming around. And pretty soon, everybody was just seated on the floor, on their chair, and they were just sketching away. I guess that's a fun bit about going out and getting ourselves educated in some way, and then collaborating with different uh, organizations such as the Science Center, and you learn something in your sketch, and you also have a lot of fun sketching. Took lots of photographs as well. As you can see, they were all sorts of either actual fossils or they were replicas, but either way, I make up for very interesting educational walkabout. The impressive stuff was that there were a lot of full-scale models. As you can see, they were, either created from fossils that Singapore owns, or maybe replicas of it. Very, very impressive the way put up. I mean, there's some that are about 40 meters length, and we have a Scotty as well. I don't really have footage of it, but it's a T-Rex, the largest T-Rex that has ever been dug up. Um, and so, it's very interesting to walk around and enjoy the space with all this interesting. That might be Scotty. I'm not very sure, but on the right. Anyway, so yeah, so lots of very interesting full scale skeleton and fossils. So as you can see, people are starting to sketch. I'll give you some of the footage of various people that I sneaked up to and shoot their sketching well, I don't really have time to shoot their sketching process, but a little bit of their sketching, and just to get a snippets of their faces and their work. Very interesting to see people will intensely focus on their work, I was pretty sneaky. That's a nice sketched. Most of the time, people were just very focused, very intent on their work. Um, as long as you get into the flow and then you are just sketching away, the world's worries will just fall by the side. Many of them have got, I guess, uh, different styles, different approach to sketching. We were not allowed to bring in watercolor and water medium. It was basically pencil and pen, dry medium in other words. But most of us, made do with our unfamiliar tools, and the work weren't too shabby. I didn't bring my favorite watercolor, of course. So I ended up using pencil and some markers that I, took from my various bags of tool bags and so on. Well, all in all, it was a very fun day. I did a lot of doodles and sketches, not very high quality, I must admit, but it was just nice to be able to get out and just draw some stuff. Just talk to various people and have a little chit chat here and there, catching up with friends I haven't seen for a little while. That's Hannah waving and Ken. Yeah, and looking at the fossil and looking at the way they put up the storyboard and so on. I was just basically enjoying myself, putting lines and unfortunately there was no color, but it doesn't really matter. After all, it's about practicing observation and also just enjoy the space. It's a really really interesting space, and watching other people try their hand in with pencil and so on. And it's interesting to see different processes rather than the typical watercolor that you see in most of the urban sketcher outing in Singapore. So that's one of my sketches. I did about 8 or 9. I can't remember. A whole host of sketches. It's sort of like smashing out one every 15 minutes while I walk around and take shots of videos and other people's work. That's an
Very nice.
interesting one.
Thank you for showing.
Where white lines on black paper. That's an idea I could steal, I suppose. There you go. I mean, lots of other folks started to stream in, and it was just filled with kids running around. The finished sort of product, there were a lot more. I didn't take all of it. This is probably about halfway through, and when all of the work's being displayed, there was a lot of people. About 100 people turn up thereabout for the day. So yeah, here's my sketches. Here are my sketches. And like I said, they are not very good, but I had a good time catching up with people and just basically just doodle and sketch my way through the different artifacts that I found. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this episode. And I hope you stay safe wherever you are in the world. This is We Take Out for this week, where the Urban Sketchers Singapore, when visiting in collaboration with the National Science Center, looking at the Dinosaurs exhibition that's running right now. So go see it, catch it while it's there. Bye.